I'm a third year computer engineering student.
Okay.
I'm planning to go for my master's next year. So
Okay.
right now, should I wait for giving the offline exam or should I give the online exam?
Sure. Can you please tell me your name?
Fenil
Okay, Fanny. Now,
Mehta. Yes.
sure, Fanny. See, first thing, as I shared with Kishan also,
Hmm.
let's say you are an engineering student. Which semester are you in?
Sixth semester.
Sixth semester. Okay, and
Yes.
then let's say when tentatively, if nothing would be fixed now because of this pandemic, but when tentatively the admissions would open there in the foreign university you are
Yes.
targeting? No, that's the question. When do you think the
Sir,
admissions would
most of the
open?
universities start their deadlines like 6 months before 6 months of the starting semester. For example, if I want to go in the fall semester, it would
Hmm.
start in December or
Hmm.
November. I'm not sure.
Okay. Okay. Now, what I would suggest is you do your research in
Yes,
terms
sir.
of not, if not one university in one country, then at least couple of universities and couple of countries. Let's say fair would be that you start with a country that, okay, I want to say target Canada, or let's say I want to target US, or I want to target UK. So that's first step. And then within UK, let's say what are the available options I have, and then
Mhm.
there'll be three steps. First is identify a country, then you identify region in that country, then you identify your university, then you identify a course, say college and then course, because in certain cases like in Marwadi, it's a university also, it's an institution also. But in bigger universities, there'll be so universities and colleges would be different. Let's say Saurashtra University is one, but colleges would be across the Saurashtra region. Similarly, in Europe also, if there is a university, they may have the college within the university campus also, outside university campus also, right? So target a country, target the region in that country, target a university and college and program. These five things when you do, then you can ask the specific question to the host university.
Mhm.
You may have, let's say, five, six universities and five, six colleges. You can drop a mail that, okay, you are here. After, let's say, 6 months, you are seeking admission. What are the procedures? What are the minimum? And then accordingly, they'll tell you that, okay, let's say will open by, let's say, August, for example. Then you can start your preparation by June, and you can take the date of IELTS exam, of let's say somewhere July end, so that by July end you will appear for the test. By August end you will have your result. So far as this online options are concerned, online test of IELTS indicator, it will give you result within 7 days, and it is valid in most of the universities, most of the countries. Now, once you identify the course, college, country, then ask specific question that will they consider this indicator IELTS indicator certificate valid or not. If not, what are the English certification courses required, right? And accordingly you can start. So start with end in mind. Let's say if Fanil wants to be in X university in X country by, let's say, November, then what are the minimum qualifications he is supposed to have? Let's say he has to have engineering degree, he has to have IELTS, and what band? What band are they asking? Are they asking 6.1 is fine, or they asking exactly 7 or 7 plus? And accordingly you can prepare. So you may start with end in mind, and then you can prepare accordingly. So I would suggest you do your homework in terms of identifying country and identifying the universities and other things, and then I think you will be in a better position to ask the right questions,
So,
because
sir,
right now
I have already
yes.
selected 5 to 6 courses in some of the universities. Like I want
Okay.
to go in a top university, that a
Okay.
university that comes in top 100. So
Okay.
most of the universities have their courses starting in September, and their
Okay.
deadlines are mostly in January or February. So I think it wouldn't be valid if I give my IELTS exam after finishing my bachelor's.
Yes. Now you also need to do when I say aren't say this one, like IELTS has a validity. It's
Mhm.
2 years in some universities considered, 1 year in some universities, 6 months in some universities and some courses. Best is if you have identified, let's say 5-6 courses, programs, and 5-6 institutions, ask those program officers or those say contact people in that university that what is the validity, like up to what time will they consider? Will they consider for 2 years? If you clear IELTS with 7 bands, it will be valid for 6 months, 1 year, 2 year. Ask them, because as I know some of the international students, that it varies from university to university and country to country, right? So safe is there should be less than 1 year's time in your IELTS exam and in your admission process. Lesser the better, because this visa process and all may take at times months. In current situation, it definitely will take more than couple of months. So then it should not expire. So you may plan your exam in such a way so that after, once you get the result, you should have sufficient time before you take the admission. So that's what I think as of now.
And sir, I have one last question.
Sure.
If I'm planning to give IELTS exam, do I need to prepare a lot? Because I think I'm quite confident in all of my skills. So should I wait to prepare or just give the exam?
See, IELTS is an exam, and because it is an exam, it has all the limitations that are there of any other exams. Like being a student, I think most of you are students, so you know that it happens many a time that very good students do not score well because at the time of examination something went wrong, psychologically or physically or whatever, so they could not perform. Or the other way around, there were some not so regular students, but just because before exam they could prepare and could score. So those limitations are there with IELTS exams also. All I will suggest is that it's practice that will make it easier. And now, because it's going to be online, right? So there, previously the tests were available online, mock tests were available, but then actual exam used to be offline with one-to-one person. So students who were confident online used to become nervous in the actual face-to-face interview, especially in speaking part. So now the good thing is that your mock test as well as your actual test, at least for 6 months, as I can see, would be online. So I would recommend practice. What are mock tests? Like you go to Bullets, the Cambridge University website, which offers free practice online. So go for it. And the online test of Duolingo or any other would be online because that's the only available options.
Yes.
These are the only options there. So practice, I think, would be say a good idea.
Okay, sir.
Right?
Thank you, sir.
Sure. Yeah. So that was funny. Now.